As we come to the end of September, I am pleased to share a roundup of stories from across the Trust. This August, we proudly opened our brand new antenatal clinic within the Women's and Newborn Unit at Bradford Royal Infirmary, with a brighter reception and waiting area, improved assessment spaces, and the enhanced facilities it brings. The clinic has been designed to provide greater comfort, privacy and efficient care for pregnant women from across the district.
The space in which you deliver care is an important part of making people either work efficiently and effectively or for families to feel safe and secure.
This is our current antenatal clinic. This waiting area is really, really small, so it's almost outgrown the number of women that we've got coming through.
Right from the beginning, we've engaged with our service users, our stakeholders and our workforce and asked the question, what would an outstanding service look like?
Creating a space that's focused around the pregnant woman and her needs was really important to us.
This is what our women say, this is what our staff say, this is what we'd like to design towards.
The new way of working in an antenatal clinic will be the clinicians will be on the outside corridors.
To separate the two and make it a calmer environment.
It's been tough, but it's been worth it. And I know when they open the door and they come, they're going to feel relaxed and it'll be a much better experience for them.
What I'm really keen of is that the women who come to our antenatal services in Bradford have the best experience that they can get.
Thank you, Sarah and Alison. This September, for Organ Donation Week, we're encouraging people across Bradford to consider joining the NHS Organ Donor Register.
I've been on dialysis for 2 decades. It was extremely painful when I would scream. I couldn't have carried on like that.
Julie's kidney function was down to 6 or 5%.
When I said that, look, there's got to be a solution, and they were like, the only solution is a transplant.
There's a national scheme and they deal with the whole scenario of kidney donations.
The quality of my life increased and it was a new life. I was a totally different person.
Brian was in the garden, so I called him in. A donor had been found.
We had a bit of a wait, didn't we? If you want to really, really do something and change somebody's life, go and have a word with the renal team. I just hope that whoever got mine, they're in a good life.
Since I've had my operation, I completely forget that I've got one kidney unless somebody mentions it, which has then made me register myself as a donor if I pass away for my organs to be used.
Black, Asian and minority ethnic patients do better and have better transplant outcomes if their donors come from the same ethnic background. So what we are encouraging everyone to do is to sign on the organ donor register. And we're very, very thankful for our organ donors and their families for having agreed to save people's lives.
On the podcast this month, we heard from Iain McBeath, Strategic Director of Health and Wellbeing at Bradford Council, about the Health on the High Street model and our work as a healthcare partnership on developing neighbourhood health. These will all create accessible spaces where people can get faster, simpler and fairer care.
This Health on the High Street, it's partly about repurposing the High Street for something different. The use of the High Street's changing now, partly because of Amazon and what's happening online, and just partly because people's tastes and expectations are changing. So there's some empty space on the High Street, and we want to rejuvenate those wherever we can. But also we want to make services more accessible, and people do tell us that travelling to the hospital for appointments can be difficult. So I think Health on the High Street's about accessibility and making those services closer to the community they're serving.
Thank you, Iain. Finally, here's a look at some other things that have been happening around the Trust this month. Well, that's it for this month's update. I look forward to sharing more stories from the Trust with you next month. Don't forget, all our latest news and updates can be found on our social media channels, X, LinkedIn and Facebook.